Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important topic of ngModelGroup, and particularly we will be discussing what is the process to get a conditional ngModelGroup properly in your program. So basically we will be talking about template driven form in Angular for conditional ngModelGroup safe access. Okay, so by the end of this session you will be able to understand like how to invoke a ngModelGroup conditionally, what are the syntax or structure that we are supposed to follow, and other basic thing. But before we proceed further with this session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow it sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic. Because for time being we are just mainly focusing on how to use or how to access ngModelGroup conditionally. Okay, alright, so now I think just for the sequential content, because right now we are just focusing on that part, but you should know about the basic stuff like what is template driven form, what is conditional programming, what is ngModelGroup. If you know about all of these things, then it would be really very easy for you to grab these concepts. Okay, and for the sequential content you can refer the Sharmit digital course book, which is freely available in the description box. There you will find thousands of free programming languages, which is available in both Hindi as well as English language. So as per your convenience you can go through it. Okay, alright, so now I think we are good to go and start with the session. Here you can see currently I'm in app.component.html file. In this file I have the first heading that shows Angular course by Sharmit, and second heading template driven form in Angular for conditional ngModelGroup safe access. Okay, so these are the two things that we already have. Now after this, what we will do, we will simply add one horizontal row and one horizontal row here. Why? Just to separate out these headings with the actual content. Okay, now inside this we are sure that we are going to create one form, right? So let's create the form. Here I will use the tag form. Okay, and in this form firstly I'll assign the ng form. So let's write my form, and here in my form I will write ng form. Currently it is throwing error because we have not included the, or we have not imported the forms module. Okay, so for that what we will do, we will go to app.component.ts file. Here in import section we will write form module. Okay, and just press enter. So once you press enter, it will automatically add this forms module here. That means now the forms module is successfully imported. Now in this form you can see like we have this block where we can design the further things. So here firstly I will create one simple label. So just add the label, and this label will tell us that here we need to show address or not. So basically we are going to create one checkbox. So let me tell you the exact requirement. Requirement is that we will create one checkbox. If users select that checkbox, only in that case we will show the ngModelGroup input field for city. Otherwise we will simply skip that part. Okay, so here you can see we have label. In this label we have mentioned show address. After that we will add the input field. Okay, then we will write here input. Then we will write here type as checkbox. Then we will write here ngModel. Let me correct it. Square bracket, parenthesis. Then we will write here ngModel, and inside this we will write here show. Okay, then we will write here name, and in name we will mention toggle. Fine, we have show. And this is throwing error because we have not imported the things. So in the same way, like you can expand this here, and here we can define the thing that is show, and in show we will mention for by default as false. So this is nothing but a simple variable that will help us to decide whether the checkbox is selected or not. Okay, so we have got this input field. Now after this input field, what we will do, we will simply add one div here, and in this div we will mention about the conditions. Okay, because right now, like if I show you the output, let me show you the output as it is. So ng serve -- open, enter. Just wait for a few seconds and then it will show you the output in the browser screen. So you will see that yes, the headings are coming and also these checkboxes are there. So this is a place, and here we have the first heading that shows Angular course by Tech Sharmit. Then we have template driven form in Angular for conditional ngModelGroup safe access, one horizontal row, one label for the show address checkbox, and also one checkbox. Okay, and then we have another horizontal row. Now if you select this checkbox, you will see that as of now it is not showing any other further thing, right? So we want to write this kind of logic, like when user selected this particular checkbox, in that case we will ask for the further details, otherwise we will not ask for that details. Okay, so here for that what we will do, we will add one div. In this div we will write *ngIf, and in this *ngIf we will mention show. Then we will write ngModelGroup. Okay, and in this ngModelGroup we will simply write address. After address we will write label. Okay, and in this label we will mention city, and then we will add the input field. Here we will mention like name, and name would be city only. Okay, then we will write here ngModel. It is throwing some error for what? ngIf. Yes, so we need to do one thing, just clear it from here, just retype ngIf and enter. Now it is fine because it should come from Angular common. Okay, so always make sure that before writing the HTML code you import all the necessary thing like ngIf, forms module, show, otherwise these things will cause the problems, right? But now you can see it is not throwing any error, and we have got this city as well. Now let's see how it looks in the browser. So we have this Angular course by, like these headings are there. If I click on the checkbox, it will ask for the city. Right now if I write something, it is not throwing it is not showing it again on the browser, right? So what we can do, we can add one more thing here just to verify like what data it is collecting from the input field. So like just after the form we will add one pre-tag, which is pre-formatted text, and here I will write city entered by user, and then opening closing curly braces, where we will write my form dot value dot address question mark dot city. Okay, now you can press enter and save the. Okay, so currently you can see it shows city entered by user colon blank. Currently it is blank, but the moment, and if you want to keep this part also in condition, that is also good. Like you can simply cut it from here and just write it here, because right now we don't like, if it is not selected, then why we will show that part, right? But now if user select this thing, it will show city entered by user. Currently it is blank. The moment when we start writing, it will show it here as well. Although like the purpose is different, we are just creating this as a demo. That's why like I added this thing. Otherwise there is no need to re-show the value of what we have got from the user, because user can see it from here itself, right? But this is just a demo where we explain and go through the process. Clear? So yeah, these are the all things that we planned for this session to discuss regarding the conditional invoking. So basically here you can see we have clearly make the logic in a way that if user selected this checkbox, then only it will show this part of div. Otherwise there is no input field, no text or anything. Okay, So this is how the form is designed when you want to design the form by conditional ngModelGroup safe access. So that's all for today. See you in the next session with new topics. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.